Google. Here we are at the podcast.
Thank you for that intro, Anthony. Appreciate that, but that's my job. Good evening, folks. Welcome to the channel. Welcome to Wobbly Player Syndrome, a 40k podcast done by these 5 Australians, because we're really ocker. We love it. Yeah, it's truth, mate. I'm going to stick my thumb. Let's not go there.
Australian, mate.
Yeah. And all the Aussies here. I've got one up there. It's Michael.
Hey, it's again.
I've got Safe for Work Mark.
Hey, everybody.
Didn't sound very Australian at all. We've got Anthony.
G'day, mate.
We've got Adam.
Darn the bloody crows, how are you all going?
And you've got me, Greg. G'day, mate. How you going? Couple of days? G'day, mate. All right, off to a good start. Welcome to episode 74. That's right, we've been doing this for a while now. We'll get it right soon. Stay tuned. Tonight's episode. Yeah, I know. This week's episode. See, already off to a good start. This month's episode, too OP or not too OP. That's right. We're going to be looking at some very destructive weapons in the game of 40k, and we're talking about, are they too destructive or are they not destructive enough? If it's trying to shoot someone's knights on a plane on the weekend, they're not destructive enough when I shoot, but they're too destructive when he does. Yeah. Yeah. It was painful. You'll find it. You will find it. So we're going to go down that path and have a bit of a chat, have a bit of a chinwag, and we welcome people who are watching through the channel of Twitch to also add their 2 bits in. Oh man, I haven't been drinking either.
Maybe
so yeah,
should.
maybe I should. Yeah. Thank you very much, Ponder Hill, for the resub. 41 months. Egads, what happened to the other 70? Yeah, other 31 months. We're doing this 70. Yeah. Wait for it. There it is. Israel's outdoing you. 42 months. Thank you very much for the resubs, folks. Do appreciate it. It does help this channel support this podcast and all the hosting costs that we have. If you are watching through YouTube, please hit that like button and even that subscribe button. It's exciting. It's free. And it helps us become really popular and one day retire. Yeah, that's not going to happen, but you know.
Obscurity.
Yeah.
You need to tell people to press the bell.
Press the bell. Don't forget the bell.
But
That's
notifications.
what the professional YouTubers do. They say to press the bell.
Oh, bloody oath, mate.
Truth.
Fucking shit oath.
I don't know if I could do a full episode of that. That'd be... Yeah, nah. Yeah, nah.
I reckon I could, but we might lose a couple of
Might lose a couple. Well, before we go down that path, let's get some of our usual stuff out of the way, such as new releases, told to us by Radio Mike.
Yes, so we've got the new Codex Custodes, which has come out and has caused quite the splash.
Out or pre-order?
Pre-order.
Yeah.
It's on pre-order, you know what I mean.
Close enough. To be honest, if you want to get one, you have to pre-order.
Yeah, that's just how things go. So yeah, I don't know if there's been anything out between here and the last Codex, the last podcast, because it was fairly recent.
Tau?
Wasn't
the
it?
Crute box?
Well, I talked about the Crute box on the last episode.
Ah. Yeah. Well, they're still out.
Yeah.
I remember there was a...
There are still Crute. They are still out. They are not in the cupboard anymore.
And your joke about recruiting was terrible.
I like them. So yeah, they also got the data cards and their dice. So there's a new Auric Champions Battle Force and a new Combat Patrol, which doesn't look like it has any new models in it at all, which is not very interesting. There's the Codex Orcs, which has come out. There's a Battle Force with a Stomper in it. Which is
if you don't have a Stomper,
cool, I guess.
really good, but I'm looking at 3. I need another Stomper.
I was about to say, what's your problem? That's only 3 Stompers.
Apparently they dropped the point price on them, so they're almost viable.
I guess you run into the rule of 3 if they're all the same, don't you? So you can't really have 4.
Because it's squads of 1,
Not
right?
that it stops me with shit like Warhounds. So yeah, and then there was the normal Combat Patrol. There's the Kill Team box with the Night Lords and the Mandrakes. Came out in the interim, I think.
Yep.
Or is on pre-order now. One of the two.
They're doing something.
There was a bunch of Heresy Solar Auxilia stuff, plastic Malkador tanks, heavy Sentinels, new Lehman Russ Auxilia tanks, Las Rifle sets, the Dracosan tanks, the fucking Velataris set. Wildly, Blood Bowl got a gnome team.
I can't believe that snuck up on you. That was announced months ago.
I wasn't paying any fucking attention.
Clearly.
And then I was like... And then on April 1st, I saw these fucking gnomes with goose. And I'm like, is this a joke?
No.
Yeah.
No. They've been up on the community site for quite some time now.
Yeah, apparently. I just missed it. It was fucking weird.
Good times.
It definitely feels like an April Fool's joke. Because, like, their bloody gnomes haven't been around in Warhammer Fantasy much in editions and editions and editions.
Oh, I don't even remember gnomes in Fantasy.
They've pretty much not been mentioned since, like, the early days, like, since the fucking 80s or something, other than Warhammer Fantasy Roleplay. Like, that's, like, the only place they show up, to my knowledge, and then they put them in Blood Bowl. That was wild.
Yeah.
Then again, like they were doing with Blackstone Fortress, they're putting a lot of weird shit in there. Like, they got a Boa Constrictor, who's like a snake man of Kuresh, shit like that. So they're putting some weird stuff in Blood Bowl for the sake of pulling weird things out of Warhammer history.
Yeah.
So I guess it's part of that.
Fair enough. Yeah, well, you got to keep
that's
turning
pretty
stuff out.
I think that's pretty much all of the new releases.
Okay.
Yeah. The only new Custodes figure came in the Battle Force, which is that slightly odd-looking
Oh my god.
shield captain with the melter spear.
So, I think it was Joker described it very well. He's as tall as he is as wide.
He's a bit. It's a really odd figure. It's like...
He's a very stout figure.
Yeah. Yeah. And he's got his tactical rock, though. Don't forget.
He's got his tactical rock, but he looks shorter
is that
than
that
the
dude
other.
in the middle?
Yeah.
Yeah. He's got a shield and a melter
It's
spear.
like Votan's just happened to sneak in and just go, no, I'm Custodes.
I mean, he's looking even more Roman than a lot of the other stuff in there.
Yeah. He does look out of place to the rest.
I do want to see it actually
in person,
because I often change my mind when I see them.
Yeah.
Also, maybe
all about camera
if
angle.
he comes with a helmet,
Yeah,
that might look better.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, the camera
otherwise
always
I do
adds
have-
50 pounds, so that's that too.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, look, it happens so often, though, as well, that they release a model and the studio pictures look fucking shit, and then you get it in person and you're like, actually, that's not too bad.
Yeah.
Like the Storm Ravens are the alpha example of that. Storm Ravens look stupid in all of the photography they've ever seen of them, but the model's fine.
Yeah, it was Votan for me. That I didn't like them in the pictures, and then I saw someone's arm and I'm like, oh, they look so cool.
Yeah.
What did GW do to them when they photographed took the photos?
Well, they use the same cameras when I take my photos for them. Oh, it looks better in person.
That was one thing I miss about my old desk. The way I had it set up, they looked better in the photos than in person.
Oh, there you go. Alright, so yeah, it has been a short turnaround between this episode and the previous episode. So, how'd you go with the hobby progress? Adam, you're up first.
I might let me have a look what comes up in 3, 2, 1.
I can tell you what's not coming up.
So this month, actually the past couple of weeks, I've just been heavily doing knights, and I think last week I pumped out one of the knight paladin in 1 week, and then 2 of the armigers. Like 2 of them, and the week before that it was building my Storm Surge for the background of the Crude Army. Yeah, he's not that crash hot in a Crude Army. And I know one list that is not in there is my Underworld Army, which I just snapped in very quickly. Now that's going to be an Antos.
Yeah.
But that, yeah, look, I've been quite busily over the past, I'd say, week and a half, where I've just been able to sit down at night and switch off and just paint and glue. So I've actually been quite busy.
Yes, and I can tell you that yellow is very good in person as well. That's me. So I have got my Underworld army team. What are they called? Squad? Warband. That's it. Yeah. So I have finished another lot of Rubik Marines. That's coming up there. But then I focused on trying to knock out this warband of Fast Riders because I thought I was playing next Wednesday. I said, I got a week to do them. And then everyone
pulled out.
Fair enough. And that's a picture of my 1,000 Suns at the moment. So that's the 1,500 points that it is complete. I don't know why I put it in there, but I did. So you love it. So that's it. So yeah, I'm back to doing more 1,000 Suns at the moment, but I do have another warband for Underworlds to go as well. It just happens to be the same one as Anthony, and he's done his first doing. Damn it! Speaking of Anthony, there's his stuff.
Graduated to painting more green.
So let me go back to that. It wasn't meant to be green. So some people might be familiar with the marble effects I've done on bases. Yep. I tried to do a marble effect on a model, and guess what? They're not flat surfaces. You can't quite get the dry, wet cloth in the right spot. So the green veins are meant to stick through the statue colour. Just made it a green, yellow, brown blend instead.
But it looks so cool.
I know.
It looks really good.
I don't know.
Great.
Yeah. I'm very happy there's only 3 of them because I don't think I could repeat it ever.
You've invented a new painting style.
Yeah, just don't tell people it's failed marble. Tell them it's deliberate verdigris.
Yeah. Well, that's it. That's what I saw. It came out that way. I went, yeah, I don't mind that. I embraced it. Speaking of embrace, here's some Blood Angels. No. Oh, there's Adam's Golbos.
Yeah, so they're not mine, Adam.
I like squids. I like the squigs. They're great.
So, bit of Blood Angels, bit of Underworlds the last couple of weeks. So, did the veteran Blood Angels or the Stern Guard the other day. They're great models, so detailed. I was really impressed with them and really enjoyed painting them. Been into Sisters as well. Finally finished off the full 2,000 points at that.
Oh, I didn't take out the Assassins. Look away.
The blurry Assassins. Sorry, I've got a very old phone.
It's a chameleon cloak. It's fine.
I added some characters from is that Blackstone Fortress or something? Those Flamer and the Priest, and for my sisters because they can all fit in. And I wanted the Eviscerator of the Chainsaw of the Flamer. I was like, such a cool weapon. And they're my only. Oh no, they're not my only, but I don't have many non-GW figures for the Assassins, so I ordered them on Etsy, I think it was. I was like, they are cool, I'm buying them, and they're like $5 each.
Sponsor here.
So yeah, we do a bit of everything. I got the Underworlds done, as Greg said, so we've got the same sets, but I did get the skeletons done because I knew Greg could have the Fast Riders as well, so I figured I didn't want to have Fast Riders versus Fast Riders in our game, which got cancelled because we were all pulled out. So it's like, nope. And my sisters. I just had to put my sisters' walkers up there because they're so cool. They're my favourite unit.
Yeah, they look good.
And they were amazing in the game. That was so unreal. Yeah, that's me. Thanks.
That's very good. I don't think anyone else had any other hobby. I didn't put your shield in there.
All my hobby progress was for the other hobby.
Yeah, the other hobby was a very large. Well, it's not a Flamer template.
Could I post a picture of my shed that I built?
Only if you painted it with highlights. Yeah.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, get the contrast colour. Be great. So look, it was only essentially 2 weeks between my episodes, so I was surprised. Anthony has been going absolutely smashing them out. Which is good.
Yep, I'm watching Fallout and I'm painting.
I love Fallout.
I've watched one episode so far.
I've been watching Fallout and sewing. and painting a shield.
There's so many references to the first game and it's just unreal.
It's got references right throughout all Fallouts. But yeah,
I've only played 1 or 2, but it's like one of the skills you had was, everyone exploded when you shot them every time, and it's like the scene of people just mopping.
Bloody mess.
Bloody mess, that's it.
Fair
so good. Yeah, moving on.
That's where I'm missing out. I didn't play Fallout. But there was fallout in the battle report. Dun, 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 dun. First match. That's Imperial Guard. Oh, this is against the Orcs. Oh. I just realised the 3 battle reports I've got up, I didn't win any of them. So someone else better talk about it.
Well, it was a close one. It was a close battle.
And it's relevant for today's topic too.
Yeah, it sucks.
The Shadow Sword does hit hard, yes.
Yeah, and how many shots does that have? And we're just going to remember that.
It has
2 shots.
Shadow Sword has D3 plus 1 shots.
Yes, and a Gorkan Orc does not survive that, even with the War.
That is true. That was the highlight of the day. I got rid of the Gorkan Orc over the first roll of the dice.
Yes.
And then it got very close, and the Orcs just essentially overran the Guard. It was my first time playing Guard 10th edition. I learnt a lot. Basically, don't play Guard. No, don't play it like I did. But the Shadow Sword's pretty nifty. It is a lot of points, though.
Yeah. But it was quite enjoyable. It was fun.
Yeah.
Having, guys running around and everything like that. It was actually really good. It was only ended up being 5 points.
4 points difference, yes.
Yeah. And it came down to calculating the last things.
Yeah.
So it was a very close battle.
Yeah. Soccer Walker's just commenting about Fallout. He loves how in the show they kind of ignore the main quest too.
And then they make a joke about it.
Yeah.
The golden rule in the Wasteland is you will get distracted by dumb shit.
Yeah, exactly.
All right. So the second battle is Knights of the Knights, which was last Saturday. It was my Chaos Knights.
It was Anto's myself. Is it listed?
No, you didn't give me photos.
Okay, Knights of the Knights.
Did you give me photos?
I don't know. Anto did the photos.
Did I do photos?
Oh my god!
I did some photos.
All right, Knights of the Knights is what's happened. Chaos Knights versus Imperial Knights. The first game was over very quick.
I think within the first 10 minutes, I'd done 5 puns.
Yeah. Yeah. I think I lost 3 units by the end of turn 1. When you only have 7 units, that hurts.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And it didn't get better from there. That was a slaughter. 69 to 13 or something like that.
Yeah, but we could have stopped it at that turn 4 instead of going turn 4, let's work out how many points, and then turn 5. So, it looks worse than...
It looked bad. Well, it was good because we had a lot of people join us for the stream for the battle. We did get to have a talk about, considering they're both knights and they essentially have the same weapons, very different results with these weapons. Very different results indeed.
You're selling your shelf short, Greg. It was 15. Well, not 13.
Oh, okay. Well, woo! Yeah! I take it back! I win!
But it also shows the differences between knights and chaos, like the Chaos Knights.
Yeah.
The knights, the 12-inch bonding.
Oh my god, yeah.
And everything like that. It's just so much difference.
Yeah. So Battle 2 was Chaos Knights versus Imperial Knights. But with a bottle and a half of wine.
I reckon they got even messier.
Yeah. This game was weird because I was actually killing stuff. I was successfully doing stuff. I thought, you know what? Chaos Knights is winning this. Then we looked at the scores and no, I was still losing by 30 points. I went, what the hell?
I don't know. Even at the thought of it, I think I've lost this. I
was getting confident. Good. Yeah, here we go. We're getting good. And then no.
Just not getting very good missions.
Yeah, he got 10 free points the first turn. That didn't help.
Yeah, and I was getting all the secondaries. Every secondary, I was at least getting something, or I was holding assassination. That's an easy one to do. So I'll hold that one, and I got it again the next turn. So that's what I mean. Yeah. I had very lucky with the draws.
Yeah. Yeah, but you're right with the balance. They're not the same. Like Chaos Knights, we've had this. I think it was last episode. Yeah, it was about morale and the break tests. Chaos Knights heavily rely on that for them to do anything. Because all their stratagems is, if your opponent has broken, use this stratagem. If your opponent has broken, use this stratagem. Good. Yeah.
Imperial Knights don't care so much about that.
No, it was painful. But it was fun, but it was painful. They're not being retired like my Drakari, but they've got close. It does make things very interesting on the ladder because it is 22, 21, and 19 points for first, second, and third. Anthony is on top at the moment.
Am I?
Yes,
Damn!
you are.
That was nice.
Maybe this is the year that I don't win it.
So there was another game, but it's got no photos. But there was a Sisters versus Tau game, or Kroot game, which was really good fun.
How'd that go? Well, talk about it. Tell us the story.
So I got to play my first 2,000 points of Sisters, and Adam got to play his first Kroot Battle Force game.
Mm-hmm.
I was terrified by the amount of firepower that the Kroot were able to bring with all their Tales of Fire support, but it didn't really go the way I thought it was going to go. I think your railgun whiffed in its first round of shooting, and once I got up in your face, it was kind of all over after that.
Yeah, and then the Storm Surge didn't do anything because the buildings and the way it was, I couldn't get any fire lines.
You couldn't get fire, but it just didn't seem to have the firepower that it needed to be a super heavy either. It just kind of didn't throw anything out. I don't know.
Yeah.
I was a bit disappointed with that, but yeah,
I was really just disappointed with the looking at it on paper and going, yeah, this is going to be really good. No, it's not.
But yeah, the Kroot were fun. They were they can reappear. All 20 after you've killed them, they just come back on the board.
Next.
Yeah, but you killed my character, so I couldn't do it.
I can't remember if you guys did get your characters at the end, but yeah, look, I was super impressed with the Sisters. They're really fun.
Those Sisters versus Knights. Okay.
As I said, I don't know if I have the firepower to take on Knights, but I can do some list tweaking, I guess.
It'll be fine. So yes, we have organised for this weekend, this Saturday. It will be a match between Anthony and Adam. We are putting the vote out to see what factions you would like to see. From Adam's side, you can choose between Custodians, because he's excited about them at the moment.
Me?
Blood Angels. Oh, sorry, Adam. Anthony. I'm looking at Anthony, but I said Adam. What's your point?
Yeah, I'm sitting on...
Anthony, Custodes, Blood Angels, Sisters of Battle, or Astra Militarum.
Tempestus, yeah.
Yeah, but they come under Astra
Oh,
Militarum.
no. I'm scared of Tempest.
And for Adam, the other Adam, you got a lot more forces to choose from. World Eaters, Orcs, Tau, Imperial Fists, Imperial Knights. What have I missed? Black
Demons.
Legion, Chaos Demons.
Yeah.
I was going to say, I shudder to think what will happen if you try and do this with a game I'm involved in.
They have to be battle ready. Yeah, so that's it stuffed you up, didn't it?
Is that fully painted, or is that battle ready?
Assembled would be good.
I have
Just
so
throw
many
down
armies.
some bases and go, yeah,
G-Stealer cults, that's what they are, yeah.
I don't count armies that aren't assembled.
Very good.
No, but,
You know, I never
yeah,
say I have an Iron Warriors army because they're all unassembled still.
you just bring the box and you just put the box on the table and you go, haha, there's like,
That's it.
My
Five
iron
space
is
marines.
within still.
I've been saying I've got a Chaos Space Marine army, but I haven't actually got it yet. It's still at Paul's house. I'm excited.
So fill in some time. I'm just doing something. Alright. So, gone through all that. Let's get through our little 5-second little break and we'll come back and we'll talk topic of the month, which is to OP or not to OP. Welcome back. Hope you enjoyed your break. Shit.
Welcome back to the SCG or the Gabba or the Wacker.
Doesn't matter where you are. I'm really confused where that's gone now. Shit. Cool. So we should talk about stuff. We should talk. Yeah, look, I'm trying to do live editing while we're talking. This is not going to work. Sharp, what do you know about music? We are going to talk about weapons that are they too powerful to be in the game, or are they fine? And that's come about because we've got shadow swords on the table that can take down a Gorkanok in one turn. We've got Tal hammerheads. They can also take down things in one turn.
Well, looking at it, I could take out a little knight.
Yeah, so we'll break it down a bit. Because there are, like, if we talk about the Shadow Sword, it's a 440 point weapon, tank. It has D3 plus 1, yes, and all that, but it still hits on 4s. So where the Chaos version, the Knight's version is hitting on 3s and stuff like that. Where do you want to start, folks? What do you want to talk about? I know where I want to start.
You start.
You want to start talking about the Shadow Sword?
Yes, I want to.
Do you want to talk about what? The Shadow Sword?
I hate it. I hate it.
Well,
Man,
go for it. Insert rant there.
So I have a feeling on the matter of what are overpowered.
Yeah.
They're not the ones you're thinking about.
No, and that's what we're here to talk about. I'm not always right, you're always wrong.
Like, I know the Shadow Sword is a Titanic. It's a super heavy, correct?
Yeah, traditionally it's a super heavy.
Yeah, and I know, unbelievable gun, but when you destroy, something, I can't remember how many wounds you did, but it was just like, one shot salvo, whatever shots, all gone. Yep, there's my Gorkanok gone. Well, there's all my heavy gone in my army.
Yeah, it makes a difference. It takes down the biggest thing you have, yes.
Yeah, it's things like that are always more awkward if you're playing against someone who doesn't have multiple heavy anti-armor threats. I found this in that one APOC tournament that I went in. I didn't have very many D-weapon units in my army, and if someone could kill them all in one turn, because there was only 2 or 3 of them. And so they would be like, D-weapons. And it's like, okay, now I can't do anything.
but saying that, it's a quarter of Greg's army.
Yeah.
So, and I was stupid enough to deploy it right in the front line.
It's hard to deploy a Stomper where they can't shoot it.
You can't really hide them.
Or a Gorkanok. You couldn't really hide it that well. But
Yeah.
it's just like, once it was gone, it was just like, well, that's my heavy.
I guess this kind of stuff brings into the importance of terrain and deployment.
Mm.
You don't want alpha strikes across the board from your deployment zones.
See, the other thing is that it's a very fine line, because if you swing and nerf everything, then it winds up being like the A team, where you sit there for 7 turns and 3 models die, and a bunch of hay bales,
I think you have to really plan to build redundancy into your lists as
Yes.
well. Knowing that you probably could lose one in that first turn, you really need that backup of something super powerful. Having 2 of those might have distracted Greg in a way that
Well, yeah, this is
he would have rolled
this is always
badly
the
or
problem.
something. Yeah,
It's always the problem with any list that has one big thing,
yeah.
because people will be like, that's the big thing. That's the thing I kill.
Especially
Yeah.
if over
You
the moment.
need a distraction Carnifex. Is what you need.
Yeah, and especially with Oath of the Moment with Space Marines. I mean, they just target that thing to death. I mean, it's just how they roll. And if you've got a few big guns, you'll take out most things. I mean, it's just. I don't mind the really, really powerful weapons. I kind of got my head around them a bit more. I hate the whole concept of devastating wounds. I think it's just
Really?
terrible part of the game. Not having any save against something,
You still feel no pain.
Who has feel no pain? Some people have feel no pain.
I'm well aware of who has.
Custodians don't anymore unless you take the Sisters of Silence with you.
No, it's a basic thing for knights.
Yeah,
Imperial
well,
Knights.
that's right. But devastating wounds, if they're going to be devastating wounds, it should be a 1 damage weapon only. not multiple damage weapons. It's at playing Eldari, it's like D3, D6, devastating wounds.
Yeah.
And if you're getting haywire devastating weapons that wound your vehicles on a 3+, automatically, regardless of their strength 4, they'll always wound your vehicle on a 3+ or whatever it is. And they're devastating wounds, and they're 2 damage a time. That takes out anything in one round of shooting. They're like 3-shot
Haywire's always been pretty fucked up.
And you can run, I think you can run 10 of them in a squad. But 30 shots coming into your Land Raider's gone. It's gone. And they're really good in close combat. And they can kill infantry just as well because they're shooting out 30 shots.
I guess that kind of comes down to what OP actually means. It's
Well,
like,
that's
it's undercosted. It's more powerful than it should be for its
That's
points cost.
that's my OP. I mean, the other thing is I think Flamers are a little bit OP in the game at the moment. Not in shooting, but in Overwatch. I think there's something wrong with having that many automatic hits in Overwatch. You're guaranteed to get your D6 hits every time. And if you're running that Flamer squad of Space Marines, which someone in this team likes a lot of. Yeah, that one.
I play Salamanders. What did you expect?
I play Blood Angels. I like to charge things, but you burn me off the table. So.
Archangels, and I think that's a really cool unit.
Yeah. I know. Look, and I get the thematics of it, but I don't think it should be the same in shooting as in Overwatch for the Flamers, and I don't know how to fix that. I don't have an understanding of how that would work.
I don't agree with you because they're only a short range weapon in the first place. Like,
but you can't charge.
Don't charge.
Yeah,
well, don't charge a flamer. That's probably a good idea.
It was more manageable. It was more manageable when Flamers had like an 8-inch range, so you could take the risk and try and charge from outside 8 inches, so they couldn't do it to you.
Yeah, or you only had one in the squad.
You don't have that option anymore.
You know,
well, even if
carry one flamer.
Well, yeah,
it would only carry one flamer,
and that's the big
like
difference. It's a unit of 10 flamers versus a unit with one flamer. Like
you'd be pushing out 60 shots in Overwatch.
Thousand Suns has it as well.
Yeah.
So they're not the only.
I'm not saying.
Yeah.
There's lots. I mean,
Orcs can do it with the fucking burner boys, can't they?
Yeah. Sisters can go entirely flamers, and there are so many flame weapons. But I still don't think it's right. I think
Deathwatch.
Deathwatch can. Well, they've got heavy bolters strapped to flamers. That's really cool.
See, the thing is that a lot of that comes into the whole like melee versus ranged debate, as opposed to because I mean in a shooting battle, a hell of a lot of stuff outranges the flamer, and I'd wager that a lot of people will put those flamers down on the table and then had them blown to bits from 30 inches away with, other stuff.
Yeah, that's the trade-off,
I think 10th is more about getting in close with the way the objectives work and getting into table quarters and, the way the stratagems work. So you stick a flamer group into a Land Raider, or a Redeemer. Transporter or Redeemer, where they can pop back into it when they get... or they can...
They jump out and then shoot.
If you shoot the vehicle...
Yep.
You can't do it if you don't shoot the vehicle.
Correct.
Yeah, I didn't realise that.
All right. I did.
I do now. I've been reading those rules. But look, for me, it's not the one-shot heavy weapon that might miss on a 3+. It's the insane amount of firepower that some units or races can get that doesn't seem to be shared as much by the others. But I have gone down the sisters route. I do have lots of flamers.
I was going to say, you got flamers. I hate units with flamers. Get more.
Can't beat them. Enjoy them.
Considering last time. There's one army beyond salamanders that is famous for flamers. It's sisters.
It's like Anto was explaining his army. Now you see these things with red dots. They've all got flamers. They've all got red dots.
Well, they did. There's two in each squad. But the jump girls had flamer in each hand.
Yeah.
They're not twin length. They're 2d6 flavoured shots.
I know that. Remember, I faced it.
And the heretics,
I think that will change in the codex. They'll be like 1 shot or d6 shots twin length or something for wounds. But
but still, that is still crazy d6 twin linked. I missed them.
Yeah. I think hand flamer should maybe be d3.
I reckon they should be strength 1.
Oh, what?
2 or 3. At least, I mean, they used to be less.
Hand flame
The
is strength
old-
3.
was it like a fucking
That's strength
4-inch
one.
template that hand flamers used to have?
Pretty sure they're
Yeah.
strength 4.
No, they're
They're
weaker.
on Codex.
Hand flamers is weaker.
Maybe not for sisters. Sorry, I was
Maybe not for-
yeah.
Yeah. So the poll is open for people to vote now for Anthony's Adam. And Anthony's Adam. Which Anthony's Adam? Anthony's Army for this Saturday. You can vote, and I'll put up
Too many
Adam's
A's.
in a moment. And I'm watching Anthony go to Adam's going to put his votes in to try and get you to play a weaker faction.
Hey, what do we? Where's the vote?
So I don't. Yeah, it's on the
In
it's in the
Twitch?
chat. Yeah, Twitch. Yeah.
I love it.
I disagree with the flames. I could be biased because I play salamanders, but that's not the point. But I feel that it's because they only have a short range. That's the trade-off. And just don't charge flamers. I've got to run at you and get in range.
Or just drive in that big tank of yours that you can pop out of and pop back into whenever you like. Look, for me, that's my OP weapon. I mean, and that devastating wounds is slightly higher because it annoys me.
I'm trying to work out how I can vote for myself. Because
You're
it's
not
only-
there yet. I said yours will come up soon. I've got to give people a chance. I can't put 2 polls
You're
up
not allowed
once.
to vote for yourself.
Is that how it works?
Nah, I think you just put in vote, and then you should get an option to pop up for you. Yeah. So for me, I think overpowering is when you get a -5 AP weapon. What's the
Hand flames,
fucking
strength
point?
4 for sisters.
Yeah, the strength. Normal flamers are strength 4. Hand flamer is strength 4. Son
Yep.
of a motherless
D6
goat.
shots, 12 inches. Pistol, torrent, ignores cover. So you can shoot that in close combat as well.
Oh, you do have to
Yeah,
put
no.
it in what you do afterwards. Okay, so vote, and then put in either custode, sister, blood, or guard.
Just from be aware, we haven't got the new Custodes Codex in Australia yet, so it's the old rules.
So, going with what you said, Greg, yeah, I agree. While the Storm Shield is 400, the Hammerhead Gunship, which is what you're going with, is 155 points as well. So, yeah,
That's ridiculous.
that is 155 points for a 72-inch, but it's not indirect, so I've got to get line of sight, you know.
Yeah.
And it is a heavy with devastating wounds. One shot. Now I'm just going to sit there. One shot. Now, Mark.
Your vote has counted as well.
Okay, it doesn't give you any indication.
No, it doesn't. Bulldust just needs to put vote blood. Don't put the angels in there. Sorry.
Oh, jeez.
And exclamation mark blood. Go on.
So one shot. Now, Markelites do squat now. So in the old edition, Markelites usage +1 to hit. So now
Good.
the
Fuck
Hammerhead.
Markelites.
Well, Markelites give you something else. There's a special buff that they give you now, but it's like the shield drones. They give you add 1 to the wound, to your wounds. So it's your hits on 4, strength 20. So there's your hitting on 2s naturally straight away on nearly most things.
Yeah.
2s and 3s. -5. D6
Yeah,
plus
see,
6.
-5.
Yes.
5.
On
No,
155.
There's no need for a -5. You can't have a 1+ armor save.
Yep. Yeah, it's -5 sweet.
It's
Minus-
stupid.
And most things you're shooting at have got an invulnerable save if you're shooting something that big generally. So,
It's just, yeah.
and even cover, you're not going to save that, are you?
Well, even if you have a 2-up armor
Yeah,
and you're in
+1.
cover,
If you had
Yeah.
a +1 and you had a -4, you'd still get a save, wouldn't you?
Yeah,
Well-
but not a -5. Yeah.
don't -5, but then just say ignores cover. Fuck yeah.
But,
Like
yeah,
flame weapons
so-
do.
But yeah, the
it
minus
does feel
5
like
AP.
AP has gone a bit over the top.
But that was also the same. It was almost the same weapon profile in 9th edition. So it had the same for 9th when the Codex came out.
Yeah.
So, but you've got a 50-50 chance of hitting it with one shot. So it's practically, if I don't kill it, it's going to kill me. So if you nuff that one shot, you're screwed.
Which you did with the sisters.
Yeah, which I did, and it nuffed it. So at the end of the day, 150 points, which is, quite ridiculous. I understand if it went up to 300, you'd expect maybe D3 shots.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, the volcano...
It is AP over... It is AP. It is well over what it should be. Give it a +3.
Yeah.
Because if you're +3, if you're on a 3+, you're going to save. You've got at least a 6 up to save.
No,
Yeah. It is weird that they take stuff like with a -5 instead of just saying ignores armor saves.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think you should always have a chance to save.
So do I. I think that's my
there
point. There should always be the slimmest of chance.
The 6 should be a pass.
Yeah.
I just feel like that's...
I mean, I kind of like that if you get shot by a big enough fucking gun, it doesn't matter how cool your armor is.
True.
You get obliterated.
Yeah.
And
Yeah. But -4...
And again, I used to play APOC with the weird D weapons. So.
So, but -4, I guess if you're -4 and you are behind cover, there's your 6 up. If you've got a 2+ armor save. So your elbow is sticking out. He's just taken my arm, not the whole body.
Oh, don't get me started on the, I can see your arm, so I'm fully in cover. I can see your arm.
Yeah.
No, I can see 3/4 of your body, but you can't see
my big
arm.
toe is
I'm in
behind the
cover
building,
now.
so I get full cover. Yeah. It's ridiculous, but that's their way of simplifying it.
My knight is looking at your knight. We're having tea together. And you're still in cover.
Yep, because I had a
his
foot.
hands under the table.
No. But changing subjects.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, there is some things that have brought across from 9th edition. The creep of AP is still there in 10th at the moment. And obviously, hang on, the Tau Codex has been released, but it's not fully published release. The 5 AP is that I don't dispute the strength 20 weapon because one shot. I don't dispute the D6 +6 damage because I can really just take out Limenros or a small hound from a knight, but anything bigger than that I probably would have to wait till turn 2, turn 3, and fingers crossed I survive. But yeah, the -5 AP is way too much.
Yeah, get that up, Adam. Your vote's up. You can now vote for Adam's army. He's got a few more to choose from. Yeah.
Oh, if I could type.
Yeah. Yeah. I guess when I talked about this to the group and they said, yeah, we could talk about this, I said, oh, thanks. Thanks for indulging. I appreciate it.
Where's the demon?
I didn't tell... Chaos. Chaos is demon.
Oh, chaos.
Yeah.
But the only problem is demon. I would have to run a non-battle line group, a non-group, because I need blues.
Oh, excuse
Only if you're running...
excuses.
Only if you're running Zench.
I can get you some blues.
Well, if you got some blues.
The greens.
Anyway, I thought there was a lot more of these one-shot kill weapons than I started looking through this afternoon and went, it's not as many one-shot
That's
kills
what they be.
as I thought. There are a lot of
I
weapons.
think
The Shadow Sword is a strength 24 -5. We love those ones. It is 12 damage. That's a pretty big damage killer. I don't think there's anything...
12 flat.
12 flat.
I was about to say I don't mind heavy damage of these weapons, but if it's just 12 flat...
12 flat, D3 plus 1 shots, hitting on 4s, hitting on 3 if they stay still,
Wild.
And what's your AP?
-5.
D6 +6 I could cope with. Flat. It's
Thank you.
ridiculous.
So, funnily enough,
Thank you.
if you look at the Chaos Knight's volcano cannon, it's only on the Tyrant. It's a D3 shot, so one less. It's a strength 20, so it's weaker. Minus 5 AP, and it is D6 plus 8.
See, the other question though
That's
is
weird.
that how many of these is it reasonable to field?
Well, that's it. If your Shadow Sword's
you
440
can-
points, you're going to have one. You generally only have one on the table. The Tyrant's
They're
also
really
over.
hard to kill, though.
The Tyrant's also over. No, it's not, because they also have an invulnerable save. Yeah.
Is that the one which I faced?
No, the Tyrant is the one I'm building at the moment. But he's also got a Volcano Cannon, which is not as impressive as the Shadow Sword. Only D3 shots, only strength 24, only minus 5, still minus 5, but D6 plus 8.
Only.
So it could do 14, 9 to 14 damage.
That's crazy. Like, because I was looking up.
Oh,
what
it
the
gets better.
Warhounds- I was looking at what the Warhounds have, because
Yeah.
the Warhounds have volcano, like the turbo laser destructors,
Yeah.
which used to be like a souped up fucking the same gun as a Shadow Sword.
Yeah,
basically,
okay.
But
Yep.
they had two of that, a twin linked one on each arm.
Whew, Jesus.
Right. So I was looking up what they turned those into in 10th edition. They suck in 10th edition.
Well,
Yeah,
here's the
they're-
kicker.
D3 plus 3, strength 20, minus 3 AP,
Oh.
2d6 damage.
Oh.
All right. The Warlord Titan has a Bellicosia volcano cannon, 120-inch range, D3 plus 3 shots, strength. Have a guess.
24.
32,
I was going to guess 36.
AP minus 5, which we love. Damage. Have a guess.
18.
18. Well,
I was looking at the Warhound because it's small
Wow.
enough that it's conceivably going to show up in a game.
Now, how many points is that?
it is
model?
3,500 points.
So essentially, you're playing floor hammer at that.
Yeah.
100-inch
I mean,
range.
But
I mean,
still,
That's
what is
crazy.
the point of
against
that?
one, and it was
Well, that's it. What is the point? So, I just want to point out, it's not always... Now, where is it? The Warp Shock Harpoon.
Oh yeah, that's one of the night ones.
So that's the Tyrant Knight. It's only 18 inches, right? It's only one shot. Hits on a 2. Strength, 24. Minus 6 AP. Why?
Yep. Because get fucked, that's why. It's also an anti-monster.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say.
4+.
It's an anti-monster,
Anti-vehicle
anti-vehicle 4+, with devastating wounds, 12 flat damage.
Is that one
Yeah.
shot only?
One shot
Per
only.
game?
Yeah.
No,
Attack per-
one attack per shooting.
Yeah.
Oh, so I can shoot every round.
Oh, yeah.
I
Because
mean,
it
it
used
gives
to
you
be-
within 18 inches.
It's only
Did that
18.
used to be one shot only in ninth?
Warp Shock
Nah,
Harpoon?
I don't
No.
think it was.
I thought there was. Okay.
No. So that's what I'm building at the moment. So he'll have that plus the Brimstone Volcano Cannon on the other arm. He'll be fine. He'll be fine.
I hope
No,
those
just got to
knights
stay
so many
past 18
times.
inches. 19 inches? All
So
good.
here's the other part for over-the-top weaponry. What's the point of having weapons at 72 inches or 90 inches? Even 60 inches?
Well, again, a lot of that is for floor hammer.
Yeah, it's also so that like
My knees
someone
don't
can
do floor
convince
hammer.
you to play down the table and ruin your day.
I'm not playing floor hammer ever again. That's
mean-
too much.
Back in the day, las cannons had like a 72-inch range.
Yep.
Like
Yeah.
that's nothing new.
No, I know. I'm
It's
not
funny-
saying it's new.
It's funny how they pulled all of the ranges in, except for Tau, and then they've started putting all the long-range guns back in again.
Yeah. Yeah.
What's that big rocket that the guard have?
Man,
the Manticore.
Manticore.
Yeah.
No, the other
Or
Doomstrike
the
missile.
Deathstrike.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's-
right.
Fucking Deathstrike missile is silly.
Is it? We're talking.
Yeah.
I suspect it might be silly if you're receiving it. It might not be so bad
It's
if
not.
you're the
Deathstrike
one shooting
missile.
it.
Traditionally, the Deathstrike missile has been hard to use, but if it hit you, you're having a world of pain.
So the Deathstrike missile is a 2d6 shot. 2+ to hit. Strength 16. Minus 4. 1 damage.
1 damage.
1 damage.
But it hits everything within 6 inches of that target.
That doesn't make any sense.
It's 2d6, 2 plus, strength 16, minus 4, 1 damage. But it's blast, and it also hits everything within 6 inches.
Yep.
It's not great, is it?
No, it's pretty shit.
That's like an awesome name on a really kind of shitty missile.
Yep.
So I just found another one
That's crap.
Yep.
on the Storm Surge.
It's, as I said, it's like they were like, what do we call this missile so that we can still sell it?
Crap strike! I mean, death strike!
Doom strike, yeah.
So I just want to read out.
Previously,
Yeah.
in like previous editions,
Oh, it was
you
death.
had to like roll dice and you added
Yeah.
numbers together, and once you reach a certain point, you could fire it.
Yeah.
And when you fired it, it absolutely ass fucked an entire area of the battlefield.
Yeah.
Like, it was horrifying.
Yeah, I remember. So I just want to point out, Joker's in the chat saying he remembers a time when weapons had an infinite range and you call up his mate to use it from the States.
And indirect. So
Sorry.
the Storm
Yeah,
Surge
get him to
has
stream the dice roll. Yeah.
it has the focused beam on the pulse blast cannon, 24 inches. All right.
Yep.
So it goes into the missile, 2 shots, 4 up, 24 strength, minus 6, 12 flat.
12 flat. Yep. How many points?
Well, that's from the Storm Surge.
Oh, the Storm
450.
Surge. 400. Yeah, so, yeah. That's pretty on par with some of the night stuff. And again, anything above strength 24 becomes pretty pointless because I don't think you can get above strength 12.
Toughness 12.
Toughness 12, sorry.
Oh, you're looking at like Titans and stuff at that point. Like, you know, a Warhound has toughness 13.
No.
Yeah.
They're not invited to my place. It's fine.
Custody should be toughness 13.
I only have 4 of them.
Only 4.
I can't even fill out 5,000 points worth of Warhounds.
It's
Well,
just
off
not
one
good
shelf.
enough.
I'm suddenly disillusioned with you, Michael. I just thought...
I'm not angry, I'm disappointed.
I'm disappointed. Get out there and
I
shot.
can't believe we let him on this podcast with that sort of effort. Yeah. It looks like everyone's sick of seeing Tau, mate. Nobody's voting for them.
I know. Well, it would be the Crosser suit.
No, the vote will go for until Thursday night when the stream, so you guys might have to build the list on the Friday and then get it to me on the Friday.
I just saw Anto's votes, and he's right now guard is winning for him.
Yeah,
But yeah, that the reason that Bellicosa volcano cannon has got such a high strength is because that's what you need to 2+ against a Warlord Titan, because their toughness is 16.
yeah, and that
So
makes
that's
sense.
for fighting other Warlords and
Yeah,
nothing
but
else.
okay, so here we go. If you're playing a friendly,
A Warlord Titan isn't a friendly match.
Hey, I've seen Warlords. I haven't used a Warlord in a friendly match, but I've been used against. I had a Warlord used against in a friendly match.
I don't think that was a friendly match. Just
It was a lot of fun.
especially you were used, yes.
You were running 10,000 Imperial Guard at the time.
I showed up with a Reaver, 2 Warhounds, and like 8 Imperial Knights.
Yeah. He had less to carry.
It's like, mate, do you mind just bringing my army? All right, no problems with you. How many models you got? Oh, 1.
Just one. Here's its foot.
yeah, it takes 2 of you to carry it.
Yeah.
I just proxy myself in as the model.
Yeah. The old Godzilla style. Yeah.
I did face a fucking Emperor Titan in like a very non-friendly game.
Oh.
That was
Okay.
bullshit.
I got one of those, but it's not that big.
Yeah, this guy had built a cardboard one, and it was about 4 foot tall, and it shot me from 16 feet away.
You haven't even got into the building yet. Shit, I'm dead.
We were playing like a multiplayer game down like 7 or 8 tables, and it shot me from the other end of the tables.
I don't like you.
There you go. Jacob suggests we put a toddler on the table instead, and that's our Warlord Titan.
I love that idea.
That guy's got a shadow sword. Fuck him.
If anyone needs a toddler to sub in for their Titan, I have one. I guarantee that he will be destructive.
And you know when he's on the rage because he's rolled a 1.
Oh, he's charged already. Sorry.
Yeah, like you release that guy, and then there's no more taking turns at that point.
It's like, no. You only have 6 attacks with Warlord feet.
Oh.
Warlord Titans aren't meant to eat the models.
It's a chaos one. It's fine.
It's a Hierophant Biotitan.
That's it. Yeah, that's more like it. Yeah. All right. Where are we talking about?
Over
Getting absolutely distracted and going off into the weeds. I think is what we're doing.
Is there a melee version of an overpowered weapon?
the Avatar.
In Heresy.
The Avatar. Okay. Is there something overpowered that's not Eldari?
In-
A Hierophant Biotitan.
Because they don't seem to
Going
be.
into Forge World there.
Yeah, we'll stick out of. We'll stay out of Forge World. Let's stick with the core book. I can't think of anything. I don't think there's an equivalent. Like can't think of a melee weapon to go. I hit you for a -6, strength 4,000 for a flat 2,000,000.
Maybe one of the Necron
Lions.
gods type ones. They're quite powerful.
I think the Lion's like kind of focused because he has like his sweep or his fuck you attack.
Yeah.
His fuck you attack's pretty fuck you.
So
I
is
can't remember
Morpheus,
the stats, and my codex isn't in this room right now. But I remember he hits pretty bloody hard.
Yeah, well, if you look at the knights, even with them, like the Warp Strike Claw Strike is a strength 20, but it's still only a -3. 8 flat damage,
Right.
but it's still only -3 and 6 attacks hitting on 2s. But that's not the point.
So Lord of Skulls.
Okay, so
When
you've just
when
found
he gets
one.
so Lord of Skulls, his Great Cleaver. So strike is 5 attacks on 3s, strength 16, -4, 6 damage.
Yeah, so that's still not the -5. So you have a
So it's
chance
still
depending what you are.
-4.
And
That's
-3
essentially
for the
a
chaos one,
knight.
you have a chance. Yeah.
I can't think of anything that's like
Nothing that's just that -5, -6, flat 24. Ridiculous.
No, see,
It's hard to put a
Eh.
volcano cannon onto a sword hilt.
yeah, see,
Right.
Angron's got 8 attacks on 2s, strength 16, -4,
Yeah,
d6 +2.
yeah, it's
And
still,
that's he's the I'm going to turn you into Pygmies, not I'm going to cut everyone in half.
yeah.
Yeah.
I just wanted to raise a point. If it turns out to be Guard versus Chaos Knights, I'm conceding. Because I got nothing to shoot Chaos Knights.
I can lend you a Shadow Sword and a couple of Bane.
Yeah, I've got a shadow. So you'll be here.
If it's going to be Tempestus, though, but I can bring a knight.
It's black.
We'll dim the lights for
My
you.
Imperial tanks are all black with grey edging. Like,
Is it grey edging or dust?
I've got a can of Chaos Black somewhere.
Can I borrow your
Yeah,
toddler?
it is a lot greyer than it's supposed to be.
Yeah.
Like, yeah.
See, also in on Orc side, Gaz's Claw, 6 attacks, 2s. So that's 2.
Two,
Hitting
6
on 2s
attacks,
is
twos,
close
yeah.
to
Unless I'm rolling.
yeah, strength 14, but it's only AP 3, but still.
It's still got to get through most.
Now, does that get re-rolls though from the character?
No.
No.
It's not lots of character rerolls these days.
No.
Yeah, okay.
Unless you've got twin leg
I
fists.
just ask about that because I'm used to it always being, oh yeah, 2.
No, didn't you get the memo? Less rerolls this edition. Unless you play Eldari.
See, the only thing with Orcs is they've all got lethal hits. So it doesn't matter as long as you roll a 6, even on ranged or melee.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you can add more shots, more hits, but still, even strength 14, strength 14 is still
You're going to be winning on 2s more often than not.
yeah.
So, just for funsies, I looked up the stats on the Hierophant Biotitan
Oh, yeah.
to see how bullshit its claws were in 10th edition. They only do D6 plus 1 damage, and they're only minus 2 AP and strength 20, but it does have 8 attacks
Yep.
on a 3+. So he can give you a bad day.
Yeah, but they're not devastating
But it's
wounds. They
not
don't carry over.
There's no exploding
it's not
fixes.
It's not like kill most of a squad of Imperial Knights when he gets charged like it was a couple of editions ago.
Yeah.
The Warlord Power Claw is 6 attacks, 4+, that's okay. Strength 20, that's okay. -4, 24 damage.
Who's this?
The Warlord Titan.
The Warlord type.
Jesus.
Yeah, it's something other Warlord type.
But their points makes up for that, right? That's
No,
yeah.
That's
Yeah, I mean, it's
Yeah.
a 3,000 point model. I mean,
Yeah. I think
Generally speaking, those big Titan models, they're really overpointed.
and I would almost say that, yeah, that's probably the case.
I
That
agree.
they probably need to do more damage for what they are.
I just think it's funny
yeah.
if you had 20 guardsmen at his feet, you could only kill 6 of them.
well, that's it,
Like,
isn't it? Because it
I
doesn't
think-
fall over. It's not devastating
I think
wounds.
it has got a sweep though. Anyway, it's still pretty funny. It's like,
Go the force of Gretchen's just standing underneath you.
Clog up
Riding
its
up-
gears with my body. Yep.
Fixed bayonets.
Well, that's what we did to this guy in that game. A bunch of Terminators with storm shields teleported next to him and engaged him in combat because it couldn't shoot
Yeah.
once it was engaged in melee in that edition.
Yeah.
fun
I used
times.
to do that with my orcs. Yep. Yep. Run into him. Haha, I've tied you up. Yep.
stupid roll.
Yeah.
Yeah.
As written.
Because a bayonet sticking into the sole of its shoe
Yep.
is going to stop the cannon that's like 50 meters up from firing.
Yeah,
And still
like
put a banana in
the
its
five
tailpipe.
guys with thunder hammers were just stopping it firing the giant guns. Apparently,
Yeah.
I hit your big toe.
Oh, who was it? I can't remember whose night it was. Charged my psycho and then got hit by my psycho. Shit, they hit hard. It was you, Michael, wasn't it?
that was my night. Yeah, and it wasn't that they hit hard. The fucker, you just rolled a fistful of sixes.
Yeah.
It's like, oh yeah, it's a fucking force weapon. Boom, no save, get fucked, mortals.
Yeah.
You know? And I believe my knight's response was, "Oh, that hurt," and squished him.
It didn't matter. I still did the damage.
Because he also overwatched me with his fucking mind powers, didn't he?
Maybe? Sure?
'Cause he did damage. He
Yeah, he
overwatched
did.
me,
Did damage before you got to me.
smited me.
Yeah.
And then I charged you, and you overwatched me with like your pistol and wounded me.
Yeah, lad's pistol.
He was
It's a very lucky shot.
It
hero
was
of
a
the,
very silly round of combat.
hero of the Imperium.
Yes, this smear will be remembered forever.
Yeah.
Made a saint.
Oh.
My Tempestus skills only hope of becoming heroes of the Imperium this weekend.
So-
It's a good-looking army.
Does every army have an OP unit? Like,
No.
if you look at the rest of the Baneblade variants, nothing is compared to the Shadow Sword. The Shadow Sword is the big gun.
Yeah, none of them have ever been close. You can do some interesting things. You could previously do interesting things with like Stormlords and stuff.
Yeah.
And squadrons of Baneblades was funny, but no, the Shadow Sword has always been like the big
Yeah.
contender for
Yeah,
that. Unless you go into Forge World and start dealing with like Valdor tank hunters and Malkadors and stuff.
No. Alright, let's move away from the weapons now. Stratagems. Any OP strategy you can think of off the top of your head. They seem to have culled that by making CP a very tight resource to manage, as opposed to
Fake
just going
dice.
bang, 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 stratum on top. Sorry, what was
Fake
that?
dice on Overwatch.
Fake dice on Overwatch, yes. Eldari. We could have a whole episode just on Eldari.
You
On
need
the
to get, like,
avatar.
a dedicated button for the stream that just flashes Eldari.
Yeah. I'll work on that, actually. I'll just...
Yeah, right at the start of the stream goes, viewers
Eldari
warning.
alert.
Anto is here and he's burnt. Severely. Oh, look, always have fun. Even
Yeah.
when I'm crying.
But you're right, though. The OP ability is definitely... Just letting it play. Yeah. You are right. There are things in certain factions that I feel that are a little OP. I think the Fate Dice, even with the reduced down to 6, is still... It's not only the Fate Dice, it's also they also get reroll this, reroll that, in every turn for every unit.
One hit, one wound for every unit.
Yeah, for every unit, every turn, plus the Fate Dice. That's a little over the top.
And I guess this comes down like it really sucks when you're playing and someone will roll a really good result on shooting, and then the person goes, "Oh, and I do this." Click.
Oh,
Yes.
yes.
And I do this. Plonk. And then I've got a stratagem on top of that for that.
Yeah.
And it, you know what I mean? Like, and like, you think you're in for a round of shooting, and then you're actually in for a round of bullshit.
Yeah. Army-wide, feel no pain. I understand what you're saying. Don't I, Adam?
I think I've felt
It's
it a couple
payback,
times. The worst I ever felt was overwatching Adam's Bellicor with my repulsor executioner and with the main gun, 2 shots, and I rolled 2 6s. And I was just like, I actually feel bad. I was just like, that is awful. I never did that. And like Bellicor's just gone.
But that's different. That's a one in a lifetime sort of lucky roll. It's not set up so you can't fail.
No, I feel Bellicor knowing he's not going to survive round 1.
He didn't get combat. He did a lot of supporting stuff. Like, he gives everyone a feel no pain or something, or you can't
You
shoot
can't hit
shadows,
him.
right? Yeah, shadows.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I could only shoot one other figure in your whole army for that game for a lot of the time. You still won that game, so it's okay.
I don't remember.
I'm pretty sure you did. Once you got to close
See if I
combat,
don't thank you for liking the stream.
Ooh,
Chaos.
chaos.
That's demons.
Demons.
That's-
Oh, okay.
The
I'll
vote
get some
will go
blues.
up again tomorrow at Hobby Night and also Thursday Hobby Night. So it's not locked in, but at the moment the winning is the
I can't
Aston
say I'm
Militar
demons. Why
and
do I
Chaos
vote for
Demons.
Anto, just in advance, if it is demons, I need some blues. About 20 blues if you got them.
No, I don't have any, please. Sorry, I was just being horrible. Paul may have a few. I don't know.
I could go look for some. They're
Oh,
probably
I've got-
next to those
I've got-
Yeah,
turrets
I'll work it
and
out.
the bits
I've-
for
I've
the
got-
knights.
I've got blues that need to be glued, so I may glue them and get
Glue the
them
blues.
Spray
and just paint them blue.
Yeah, glue the
Unit
blues.
of glues.
Alright, overpowered, glued blues. That's right.
Adam, can we just play the armies we want to play?
I put that to you, and you said, "Oh, we'll vote." All right.
How about a game of what was it we played the other night? Zombie Tide. That was really good fun.
It's on the side. It's good. We can do that too.
I've got a new one down here.
Yeah.
Cool. All right. Do we want to talk anything about overpowered? Do we think what else is overpowered? You think Flamers and Overwatch is overpowered? Minus
well,
5
Flamers
and minus 6. What's the fucking point?
Devastating wounds in some weapons. I think devastating wounds should only ever be 1 damage. I think if it's D3, D6 damage, devastating wounds.
It's not as bad since they stopped them being mortals, but it's still shit.
Oh yeah, good point. Yeah, good point. I think we played last time. We still count them as mortals last time, Adam.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're not mortals anymore, so they're not as bad as
Yeah, so they don't carry over.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What are mortal wounds now? Are there mortal wounds?
There are model
I
wounds.
don't know. I mean,
Yeah.
from what I've been hearing, there doesn't sound like there's too much bullshit going
No,
on
it just seems
this
to be.
edition, to be honest.
Where's that Eldari button again?
Yeah.
Sorry, Chris. I love
I
playing
mean, outside Eldar. But they've always been bullshit, and they'll always be bullshit. Like, it's, it is the way of things. But as I said, I mean, it is a fine line, because the alternative is laying down 72 dice and not killing a unit. You know what I mean? Like, it's...
Welcome to my world.
I've been there. I've been playing mids.
Oh,
You know, 0 AP, 1 damage. You know, it's sheer volume of dice that has killed anything for ages. And now that I've got AP this edition, I'm like, this is weird.
I think
Yeah.
go on.
I was to say, it's always a bit fucky-wucky when both sides kind of have the big gun, and it's the race to see who gets to fire the big gun first to try and kill the other big gun. When you've got those kind of battles, it's a bit...
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it's again a bit of payback, because I played Death Guard when they had Feel No Pain across the board, but that Feel No Pain across the entire army. Oh my god! I understand where your angst came from now, folks.
Disgusting resilience was disgusting.
That was fun.
But
That was
the-
fun on Saturday.
So
Absolutely named.
no, it wasn't. But the problem now is, I get angry because all these other armies have it, but Death Guard don't.
The shoe is on the other foot.
What did you get instead? Is it extra toughness?
We're toughness
I
5,
think-
except
Yeah.
Terminator's the same
You got-
toughness as
Don't you
Marines.
Didn't you guys get, like, the kind of the Plague Aura bullshit?
Yeah, -1
It's like-
toughness to people near us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's not like it used to be. It was
Yeah,
silly.
that-
with
we don't have the
now you
resilience.
can't re-roll dice and all this bullshit.
No, we don't have the resilience like we used to have. No.
Yeah.
Toughness 5 makes it harder to wound for most. But, yeah. It's their one special ability, which as soon as you put them in Terminator armor, or if you have Marines in Gravis armor, they're toughness 5. So, well, what's the fucking point?
Gravis?
Yeah.
Toughness 6.
Gravis is 6.
Yeah.
No, they're not.
To be fair, they have gotten rid of one of my pet peeves. It doesn't seem to be very common anymore. My special rule prevents your special rule. Like, the Death Guard had and the Votan had. They were just like, oh yeah, you can't re-roll wounds against us. You can't re-roll hits
tough
against
to
us. You
6.
can't do that.
They're
You
tough
can't
to
do
6.
this. Those kind of rules pissed me off. So I'm kind of glad those are gone. Mostly.
Yeah, because it's a bit like playing superheroes, and you go, my superhero has all of your superheroes' powers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
You know what I mean? Like, it's just that cheap shot kind of rule.
I don't don't miss being out stratagemed. I play the stratagem, but mine beats yours.
God.
yeah. Snap! Oh, what?
Yeah, that's one of the things that really irritated me about stratagems.
Yeah, there's less now.
Be like, I see your stratagem and I raise you. Bullshit.
Yeah. And look, they seem to have not gone totally nuts with characters. We don't want Hero Hammer.
Custodians have a whole hero hammer detachment.
Hero Hammer Custodes detachment.
So one person kills all is what I'm talking about, not the whole. Yeah. So
Yeah, like we're talking like Tyrion from Old World.
yeah,
My
or even
client
Orc
tried to give it a
Warboss
go,
on
but he got-
Wyvern.
got shot to pieces.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
always despair when a Primarch does turn up. I think they're a bit soul destroying in a game, but I don't find I've got anything to fight a Primarch with it.
They're not that
A
scary.
bunch of-
Oh, sorry,
a bunch of
Mort
dudes
is, but
with
never everyone
pistols
else.
I've discovered is a great way to fight
Yeah.
a Primarch.
Yeah. Mort seems to be
Inferno
quite
pistols.
terrifying still.
Yeah, Mord is terrifying.
Yeah. I haven't played Death Guard for a while.
Ooh.
Yeah, when I was playing Nathan, my lion strayed out of bodyguard range, and basically everything in the Orc army just went.
It must hurt the pride a bit, getting outgunned by orcs.
I think
There
that
were
might
a lot
be,
of guns.
Yeah.
might be slightly
More
part of
Daka.
what It's happening now that not every faction has a hero unit they can draw on at the moment. Like, not everyone has a Primarch, not everyone has a big beast or something like that.
A greater demon or whatever.
Blood Angels don't.
And they're costly too. It's a quarter of your army to put Mort or Magnus and the big boys in.
Yeah.
And then it's appropriate too. They are,
Okay, so with my demon army, it is 1,425 points of characters.
Take Assassinate.
Run away. Is that it sort of comes back to, like, a lot of those. I mean, there was a reason we had a sort of house rule that if you were taking these types of units,
just let
you ran it by your opponent first.
Okay. Hey,
rather than just rocking out.
Yes, Adam.
I'm bringing 1,425 points of characters.
Hey, Adam, I bought a second Storm Sword. No, Shadow Sword.
Custodian one, and I'm playing the old rules with 4+ field paids on mortals.
No,
devastating.
Yeah, when I was younger, it was always kind of like, if you want to take a unique named character, you have to get your opponent's permission, kind of thing.
Yeah. I kind of agree with that. Yeah.
Oh, look, they're so
Then again, some armies don't. Some armies' named characters are not made of the same stuff as other armies' named characters.
Yeah. I mean, Dante's awesome, but against Mort, I'm not sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, but there's a big point difference between the two as well. So you wouldn't have Dante running around at the same time.
Let's do that one.
The arena?
Again. Yeah. See how that goes.
I remember our monthly one was, what was the last thing you painted? That was good. Last man painted. That was good.
That was fun.
So much fun.
Well, it's up to you guys.
Mark. Or was it a Gene Stealer?
Yeah.
Hey, it was...
scared them. Really scared them. For the 2 seconds it lasted on the board.
It was good.
The one wound is just not enough, is it? Gene Stealers.
Or I bring the
it
pink.
Was like, I'll take my 5+ invulnerable or my nothing.
I think I brought a pink horror once for that.
The Carnifex did well,
Mm.
which astonished me because it's never done well in any other game I've ever played.
I think I already played that once. I bought my Smash Captain. He did quite well. The jump pack Captain. He was alright. Thunderhammer and Storm Shield.
Yeah,
I think Greg spent most of the game running away backwards, trying to get away from it.
Yeah, should have bought a unit of flamers.
Yeah.
But I definitely remember when Bobby came out, and I ran against Dave's Tau to figure out how many points of stuff he had to put on the table to be able to kill me. And I got to over 1,500 points.
When he first came out, Bobby G was a monster.
And we were talking 12 inches apart, no cover, no terrain, just literally they get an alpha strike and then I could charge and it was just insane.
Yeah, he's not like that anymore.
Watching one model stomp across the board and just eat everything.
Yeah, that's where Knights started going towards. Just the must-have lock-ins just too overpowered. Don't think you quite get that.
Whereas now you definitely you couldn't do that with Bobby G these days.
No. What does he do now? Just make everyone feel better about themselves? Is that all he does?
Probably.
Hangs out with some Xenos.
Just sums up like 300 points.
Just uses some harsh language, but educated.
Bobby G, no.
Educated harsh language and hiding around the corner.
Not harsh. It's definitely very gentle.
He has
but educated.
By G, by Jingo, that's upsetting.
I'm very disappointed in you.
I'm
not angry. I'm disappointed.
I don't know.
love it so much.
He's got compliance reports with the codex.
The first heretic, the Horace book there, Gilman wiped out the town, like the main city of the word bearers.
Yeah, well, that's the word bearers. That's a given. Come on.
Yeah, but this
Even
is
the word bearers
before.
don't like the word bearers.
But this is before they turned.
Yeah.
They were on the good side.
They'll put
No,
out new temples.
the thing about the word bearers is they were never on the good side.
No, we're not.
That's true.
All right, folks, let's wrap it up. I think we've gone off in so many tangents. It's been interesting.
It was fun.
So I don't even know how to wrap this one up regarding Overpower. Yeah, I think it depends on who you are, what you feel about Overpower. I don't think Flame is overpowered. Someone else does. It also depends if you're the receiving end of these weapons, whether you feel that it's overpowered or not. Most of the time they are costed appropriately, so the Shattered Sword's very expensive, Knights are very expensive. Tower Hammerhead, not so expensive, but it is only one shot, so it has a chance to miss.
A bit flimsy.
Yeah, it's a bit flimsy as well. It can take it down a little bit easier. The culling of CP, culling of CP makes stratagems overpower not a thing anymore. No hero can wipe out a whole army, and there's no hand-to-hand combat weapon that makes you go, "Hey, mate, that's not fair." And we will question the standard books. Yeah, I lost my train of thought. Thank you so much. I want to say thank you everyone who joined us tonight on the stream. That's Twitch and stream as one word. Right, on the Twitch stream, on the Facebook stream, and on YouTube as well. Thank you very much for joining us all. If you are watching YouTube, hit that like, subscribe, and
The bell.
Ring that bell.
ring that bell. So we got there. It's all good. If I press that again, does it come up? No.
So professional.
Oh, very professional. Darkman's just took.
Professional as fuck.
Yeah. So, rest of the week. Tuesday, Thursday, Hobby Night. Of course, we will continue the voting. If you didn't get to vote tonight on which factions Adam and Anthony will be playing this Saturday, you will still have your chance on Tuesday, Thursday during the normal painting stream.
I've got a suggestion. We swap forces as well. That would be interesting.
I would like to talk to you guys about borrowing armies and just to get a feel for it. Yeah, but I'll talk offline about those things and see how they feel. Saturday night is what we're talking about. 7:30 is the kickoff time for Saturday. Get me the date, because if you're not watching this live,
No idea.
the
I don't
20th.
know, I will be sober. So
So the 20th, 7:30 Australian Eastern Standard Time. Almost kept. Yeah, you got there.
and Anto, before you come, could you make sure you nuke those dice for me?
Yeah, so the ones show up a lot. Sure.
All right, let's get out of here. Thank you, everyone. Thank you for the resubs for everyone. Thank you for joining us. Radio Mike, you have to wait because no one said goodbye yet. Mark, you want to say goodbye first?
Bye, everybody.
And you want to tell people how they can find us on Instagram?
RLG40K.
Oh, look at that. It's all over it. Adam, would you like to say goodbye? And you can promote your own Instagram.
Good night, everyone, and that's Pronto 40k.
And Anthony can also promote himself and also say goodbye.
Good night, all. It's Bulldogs 40k.
It's crazy. If you're not watching on the YouTube channel, RLG40K is the YouTube channel. No, is it? Yes, it is.
Yeah, we fixed that.
We did. I will say goodbye too. You can find me on Instagram, RedBellyBlack. Notice there's no 40k because I do more than that.
I have
Good
3
night,
channels.
Let's leave it to Radio Mike to get us out of here.
Too OP or not too OP? That is the question. Whether 'tis nobler in the mind to suffer the slings and arrows of outrageous fortune, or fuck it all and roll a net list and fuck some scrubs up. But whatever choice you make, you can find us next month on Wobbly Player Syndrome.